Hello and welcome to your astrological vibrations for Friday, April 5th, 2019 by Gaia Blooming. I am Mimi and our energy mantra for today is I am true to I am. And today we have our new moon in Aries. So this means the sun and the moon are aligned. This is happening at 1:50 a.m. Pacific time. That's 4:50 a.m. Eastern time. And the rest of you can do the math. And this is happening at 15 degrees. So while I said that Sun in Aries is astrological new year, this again has a feeling of new start because now the moon joins in. Oh my goodness, doggies at the door. The moon joins in to the festivities, to the renewed cycle with this new moon energy. And I think that's one of the things that I'm feeling with this energy as I was thinking about it, and I was thinking about human nature and the astro lessons that we've been going through, like these astro lessons of Pluto and the South Node and the energy of Capricorn. And one of the things that bubbled up within me, or came in this way too, was the limitations we put on ourselves due to time. You know, like, well, it's 2 days into 2019 and I've wrecked my resolution, so well, better give that up. Or, you know, oh, I can't do that. I can't dress in a tutu and frolic with a magic wand because I'm too old. Or all these limitations that these things, these parameters that we set on ourselves based on the illusion of time and age. And it's interesting because that's Capricorn. Capricorn, Saturn rules time and that kind of structure. And today, as the moon moves on, past the full moon, or new moon, sorry, past the new moon, we have some of these squares, some of this resistance come up. So what I want you to hold space for with this new moon is aligning with what is true to you, despite time, despite age, despite those parameters or limitation. What are the dreams of your heart? How can you start anew? One of the words that I always think of with Aries is arise, because my mind always moves around those letters, and it's like, it's not Aries, it's arise. No, it's Aries, but arise. How can you rise up into yourself? How can you take your power back from this illusion of time that's kind of keeping you stuck in these cycles that we've been talking about, rather than, I'm too old, I'm too this, I don't have enough time. How can you take your power back from time and step into your personal alignment? So that's one of the things that we can work towards with this new moon energy. This is really powerful for setting intentions. What do you dream for this year, especially without the parameter of that time limitation that you may or may not put on yourself, you know? What is beyond that? What dreams can you seed at this time? Now, Aries, at least in the northern hemisphere, this is springtime. So it's a really good time for seeds. One of the things about Aries, though, and we all have got this fire in our chart somewhere, fire signs are very impatient. So it's like, plant the seed. Time, here comes time again. Is it ready yet? Is it ready yet? Is it ready yet? Plant those seeds and then keep going about life, arising to life, being true to your soul self, being true to the heart of you, and watch what fruit starts to bubble up, come up from the ground in your life from this energy. So it's very powerful. The Sabian symbol, I gotta show you, my book is like literally totally falling apart. The Sabian symbol for this 15 degrees Libra is the circular paths. So realizing we're coming around to this time. Once again, we're seeing these lessons, whatever you're going through right now, it can be the starting point for your next cycle that liberates you. It can be like the diving board for you reaching what it is you want. If you can take your steps beyond this cycle, this pattern that you've been stuck in, that's that Pluto South Node thing, and also Saturn and the South Node now working towards each other, saying you can take your power back. You can take your responsibility for this soul self and be true to yourself. Take your power back from time. Take that power back from society. Take that power back from these things that aren't true to your soul mission. Your soul knows the way. So these circular paths, they are taking us deeper in. Work with this energy. The other thing, like I said, so I read it as the degree. Most people read it as the next degree. I've been talking about this for years, but for those who are new to me, this is how I do it. But for those who like the next degree, Libra, 16 degrees, after a storm, a boat landing, stands in need of reconstruction. And I feel like, oh my God, this year has been so much. And let me just show you my cards. Mind, we've got the mind going, all of these ideas, all of these projections and learnings that we've picked up over time. But what we really need is understanding. How can we be true to ourselves? How can we listen to ourselves? How can we honor ourselves? How can we free ourselves from constraints that hold us back, from that free feeling, so that we can share ourselves, bring our light forward? Well, they tell us it is a moment-to-moment process. Each moment, if you can pay attention, am I falling into these old patterns, or am I honoring myself right now? Am I arising? Am I starting anew? Am I being true to my I am, my truest essence? And if you can do that, look what we've got, the integration of the selves. So this is very, very, very powerful. And it's like being true to yourself, and can you hold strong to yourself? Beyond truth is one of the things that I wrote, one of the things that came in. Beyond truth, because I think we get so caught up in those beliefs and so caught up in things that we think are true that that's one of the other parameters that we create. So can you hold strong to yourself, that soul self, beyond truth? If you understand that, I hope you do, because it was a really strong message, and I was like, oh, this is an interesting one. So as we go through the day, the moon, after reaching its new moon peak, like I said, great for setting intention, working with as this energy, you know, these energies of the sun and the moon, the yin and the yang of the universe, or our universe, our solar system, as they, or Earth, solar system, as they work together in union. As we move on from that, we have the moon making, like I said, several connections, squares. So we're going to have moon square Saturn, moon square South Node, moon square Pluto. This is the greatest news for today. The South Node has gone beyond Pluto. It is now at 22 degrees, so it's that master level degree. So we have to be very aware of the master lessons around the South Node and the North Node. The North Node reminding us, hey, it's okay to nurture yourself. Hey, it's okay to have your feelings through these things. Hey, it's okay that you're not there yet, that you can take this moment by moment. It's one of the things, because Capricorn's like, I want to already be at the top of the ladder, the top of the food chain, and Cancer reminds us, like, we're all just growing up together. Moment by moment is okay. But you have to keep coming back to yourself and bringing yourself that awareness. And that's part of the conquering the power of time. Conquering that illusion of time. Because we always feel like we should already be there. No, you're where you're meant to be in the cycles of things. So be very aware of that as these squares come along. And this is where that message came through. Can you hold strong to yourself? Beyond these truths that the world is spewing at you, that society is spewing at you, beyond the truths that those in the know or those that we've placed into authority tell you. What is your truth? Who are you? What is your I am? And how can you arise into that energy? Or at least commit to it. Even if it's not like right now, in this moment, how can you just commit to that? Because it will support you in moving forward. So those squares, they may tempt you. Time may try to make you push it faster than it needs to be. Time may make you throw up your hands and be like, I give up. But it doesn't need to be about any of that. You can take that power back. And that's part of that South Node Pluto thing, taking your power back and being empowered where you are and allowing that transformation that is happening to continue to move through you. The two other things that we have going on, we actually have Ceres. Ceres in Sagittarius. So Ceres representing mother energy, again, that nurturing energy. Ceres is trine with this new moon. So take some time. What do you need to feel mothered at this point? Do you need to bake some cookies? Do you need to take a bath? Do you need to read yourself a story or have somebody read to you. What do you need that's going to help you feel nurtured into the place where you feel understood so that you can take due steps in due time and not try to push yourself? Because I promise you, we're getting here to the integration, to the sharing. And the thing that gets in our way, it's the mind. It's these mental constructs. Oh my goodness. So we have that. And we have the moon later in the day connecting to Jupiter. Jupiter in Sagittarius. You know, just under a week till Jupiter goes retrograde. I'm not looking forward to that. But with Jupiter in Sagittarius, it's like, okay, reach for the light. Even though, you know, the new moon, it's a new beginning, but it's still the dark of the moon energy. We still got Pluto and South Node working together. It's not as harsh, but it's still there. We've still got Mercury and Neptune hanging around each other. So there's still a lot of these things in transit that may be shifting stuff, bringing us into that place where we're like, oh my God, what are all these things? But Jupiter in Sagittarius is reminding us to stay in balance, reach for the light, take some time to remember something good. And again, that can connect with the nurturing of yourself in and through this energy. What do you need right now to feel nurtured? What do you need right now to feel less stressed? What do you need right now to feel supported? And what can you do to give that to yourself? Because there's always something that you can do. So, speaking of that, if you would like to do something supportive, come join my Astro class. It actually begins today, Friday, April 5th, with the new moon. We are having our first class, and we are diving into Aries, Mars, and the first house. So, you are welcome to join. If you would like information, join my Astro info group. The link is below this video. You can always book a reading with me. I am happy to support you in your process. And besides that, the better it gets, the better it gets. There is more than enough love in the world for you, and you do have the power. Namaste.